All right, in episode 3 of the Full Draw Film Tour 2023 YouTube series, we're going to be watching. Totally, I told you. I even checked with them before we retake.
Barefoot buck.
Okay, we're going to be watching Barefoot Buck by Stalker Stickbows and Day 3 Media, as well as Bucket List by Lone Goat Media. One more time for me. Who's ready to watch some films?
What's up, everyone? Full Draw Nation. Anyway, hey, I'm packing all my gear for a mule deer hunt I have coming up in a couple days. And I just wanted to let you guys know about our gear giveaway we're doing in conjunction with the YouTube series. So for like the next month, everything you buy, Full Draw merch, all this, shirts like the new Sunset Muley, or that's a Sunset Elk Hero shirt we got. Hats, not Onyx hat, but we've got a bunch of new hats. Check them out online. So every $1 you spend on Full Draw merch for the next month gets you entered for over 11,000 in gear we're giving away from all of our partners. Stuff like I'm packing for my hunt. New K4 from EXO. We've got a couple Hoyt bows, a couple EXOs, Vortex optics, actually unreleased Vortex optics. I can't tell you what it is yet, but stay tuned. What else we got? Crispy boots, Argali, some broadheads from Annihilator, Onyx, apps, Elite apps, the list goes on. But yeah, check out this photo after this to see more, and go to the giveaway page at the link below and to see the full list, and make sure to get entered. Enjoy the films, and thanks for being a fan.
I blew that one.
This was probably one of the greatest elk hunting weeks of my life.
We definitely got everything we asked for in the wildness.
A few days.
My father used to share his hunting stories and slides with me. This hunt brought back those childhood dreams unlike any other experience.
We on the chase to the sundown. We on the chase to the sun up. What's up? Leading the line when we run up. Chasing, chasing, chasing. Every day we chasing, chasing, chasing. No time to be wasted.
Around here, find your peak isn't a catchphrase. It's the focus that fuels the adventure. No shortcuts, no off-season. Nothing holding you back. Vortex Nation is both a mindset and a lifestyle. A community of individuals called to breathe the rarefied air of those who understand that your limits are the only limits of the hunting, shooting, and outdoors experience.
That's the craziest thing that's ever happened.
The stories are never going to end, but that is the best part of the story.
Hi, my name is South Cox with Stalker Stickbows. I've been a longtime contributor and supporter of the Full Draw Film Tour. I'm assuming if you're watching this that you weren't able to make it to one of the theater shows on the tour. I'd encourage you to try to make it to one next year. Jade is working every year on expanding the number of locations, and it's getting easier to find one within driving distance. Before I moved to Colorado, I'd have to drive several hours to a neighboring state to catch the tour. But my wife and kids always enjoyed the films, whether I had a submission in the tour or not. This year, my film, The Barefoot Buck, is another high country mule deer hunt in Colorado. I faced some new challenges with multiple hunting camps in the bottom of my most productive basins. Opportunities were few and stalks fewer, but persistence pays off with one of the coolest stalks I've ever had on a bedded mule deer buck. I hope you enjoy the film.
This spot to glass is the morning sun's going to pop right over that ridge, and we're going to be blind for a while until it gets a little bit higher. But right now my number one basin has a tent right in the bottom of it, and this camp, or rather this basin, has a tent and 2 hunters in the bottom of it as well. So I'm just hoping that we saw some bucks in here last night, and hopefully they don't get stirred up, and hopefully these two aren't too aggressive and going after them, and maybe they'll bed in a spot that I can circle around, come up from behind, and drop down in on them, because they're camped down below them. Like I said, I don't know. I hope they're smart hunters. They don't just blow this place out. Most of those bucks are small, but there's one or two that look kind of interesting. There's a big 2x3. There's 2 bucks that are bedded right at the base of those cliffs. I thought the 2x3 was to the right, but he's actually to the left, and he might be in a stalkable position. Definitely in a stalkable position, but whether a shot can be had or not is the question. Day 2, trying to thaw out in the sun, and my favorite basin's got a tent down the bottom of it. We popped over here just to see if there'd be some bucks in here, and there's 4 little bucks. Actually, no, there's a few more down below us there. So what's that? 4, 6, there are 8 bucks total, but they're all fairly small, and just trying to thaw back out again. resume glassing. Hopefully we'll pick up a straggler, big buck, or decent buck anyway. It's been a pretty slow morning. Perspective to try to see if I could find any other deer. There's 2 bucks bedded below us. One's a small 4-point, probably a 2.5, maybe 3.5-year-old, but just small frame, weak forks. And then there's a 3-point that has one side's a 3 and the other side's just like a 6-inch main beam. Kind of a goofy buck, but I went over there and glassed all over, and I didn't see anything else in there, and glassed over into the next patch of jack pines and couldn't really see into those too well. But I think it's 4 o'clock now. What we're going to have to do is just hope that on the way back towards camp, we can kind of hunt our way back, and hopefully they'll start popping out in the evening here. We've got a pretty good wind right now, and hopefully it'll stay steady for us. Got a herd of elk right below us, and at least 2 nice bucks. There was a small 2.5-year-old 4-point. It was the only buck that I saw in the basin when it first popped over. I thought for sure somebody must have blown him out. But then he looked down side hill, down around the corner, and then I scooted over here, looked over, and came across these 2 bucks here. When we were hiking up, there was 10 bucks in this basin. So hopefully they're still in here. That's a heck of a deer. We had a 4-point down here at the head of the basin below us, and thought he was going to bed up there, give us an opportunity for a stalk, but he just decided to beeline down towards the mouth of the canyon there, and he doesn't look like he's stopping. I don't know what got into him to make him decide to leave, but he's headed for a different zip code. Morning of day 4, just leaving camp. It's right about just for a little bit before 5 o'clock in the morning, and we're gonna go try and make about a 3-mile run over to where those bucks were we saw yesterday. I'm gonna get out in front of them on the far side of that bowl. Hopefully do the same thing as yesterday and go out around that point where I'm gonna be waiting for them and hopefully serve them up with an arrow. Well, I blew that one. Waited there for an hour and a half. Those bucks were probably never further than 75 yards and got as close to 40. And then finally that 4-point turned and he was coming in, starting to come in. I guess that 3 was down below me. I didn't see him, but that 3-point was down below me. And I reached down to pick up my bow, and I thought I was tucked in far enough behind the rocks, but apparently that 4-point picked me off. And they skedaddled, of course, and headed to the middle of the basin. So I'm gonna go see if I can find that group of bucks that was behind me. It turned out there was 7, and then 2 more came up and joined them, and then 1 more after the 9 went around the corner. 1 more came up the hill looking for them, and then he went around the corner as well. So there's actually 10 of them in there, and some
pretty nice one, so maybe I can relocate them and find a play still.
Gust of wind swirled, and he must have caught a little bit of scent of me, because he came bounding down. Fortunately, ran towards me instead of away from me, and I already had an arrow knocked, and I had to. He stopped behind a piece of rock right in front of me, so I had to take 2 quick steps to my right, and I mean, almost like shooting between my legs, and I drew back just fast because I knew he was going to blow out of there any second, and I shot, and man, my bottom limb, I had my bow between my legs, my bottom limb slapped me right in the back of the knee, and my arrow, it was like in slow motion. It took all the speed out of it. It just went sailing down towards him and then went right underneath his chest. I should be able to get really easy, less than probably 6 or 7 yards from him. But the way he's bedded, I'm not sure if I'll be able to actually get a shot once I get over there. And the way that slick rock face is, I don't know how it's going to be maneuvering on there, but I'm going to make a run at it. We're running out of time, and this is only my 2nd legitimate stalk this trip, so it's time to try to put it together. Gotta be one of the coolest stalks I've ever been on, man. I had to take my shoes and socks off because once I got out here, I knew I was going to be out on some rock, and I didn't want to be out there on it with socks and end up sliding right off onto those bedded bucks.
But it quickly became apparent that I hadn't hugged the shoulder blade as tightly as I needed to.
think he probably wanted to cross.
I would say he probably dropped. That's it.
After hours of searching and following pin drops of blood, followed by open field searching after we had lost the last sign, as light faded, we decided fresh eyes after some sleep might give us the hope that we needed.
Right there, dude. 10 yards. Look at that. No way. No way. We lost blood. It couldn't have been 20 yards from there. And we came by and searched this whole flat out here in those jack pines, 200 yards out. And we couldn't have walked 10 yards from them here. Unbelievable. Look at him though. Boy, you got the shortest main beams any buck I think I've ever seen. I'll tell you, this is a lesson, man. Lesson to me that it doesn't matter if you're 10 feet, 10 yards, or 40 yards. You still got to make sure you absolutely visualize your arrow and where it's going, and which vitals you're going to catch. Because I was so concerned about that shoulder blade and staying behind it, I think I just got too far back on him.
Hey everyone, Clint Easley here with Revel Entertainment, and I am currently in archery country, Nevada. We're chasing around muley bucks, so it's ironic to be thanking you for watching our Full Draw Film Festival submission. But we had a great mountain goat hunt in Ketchikan, Alaska with my good buddy Shane Vandergeese and Alone Goat Media. My buddy Kyle Martin helped piece this all together with us, and we just had a great crew, great team, everyone involved. And the way it came together, I think you're going to really enjoy it. We had some trials and tribulations, but I think we overcame in style. And yeah, filming's just a passion of mine. I've been doing it for about 14 years now. I love the Full Draw Film Festival and what they stand for. Jade, you and your team, we just want to thank you guys again, and for everyone involved. This is what keeps the hunting world alive, and we get to live such a beautiful dream. I mean, look at the country we get to play in. So everyone for watching, thank you, and we are just so humbled and pumped to be a part of this project. So enjoy. It's called Bucket List.
They say no story lives unless someone wants to listen. But telling mountain hunting stories requires the disciplines of intense physical training while managing a full-time job, and most importantly, an understanding family that supports my passion for remote adventures.
I'll be back anytime. Again, it's Shane at Race Insurance, 360-603-4316. Thank you. Okay, if that's the case, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna 5,000 of coverage for contents plus 5,000 for the coin collection. Is that sound right? You want to get the renter's insurance as well? So you only get the paid in full discount if you pay in full up front. So you're certainly welcome to pay.
As my father taught me, you get what you work for, not what you wish for. And right now, I'm working towards accomplishing a dream that's been on my mind my entire life. And that dream begins now. I keep having these thoughts run through my head over and over again. When I get there, will I be ready? Will I succeed? I will soon have the answer. While I continue to prepare for Alaska, I enjoy these precious moments on the farm with my family. I love to listen to my father's stories of mountain hunting adventures. Hanging on the wall in my childhood home was an archery bighorn ram and the true king of the mountain, the beast the color of winter, the mountain goat. As a die-hard archer, my dad's dream was always to harvest a Boone and Crockett goat with his bow. His story of a heartbreaking miss fed a lifelong dream for a Booner Billy of my own. That was my bucket list.
It's a little wet out here. I think we made it. Let's go see.
Hit the Alpine, baby. This is awesome, man. I love this stuff. I'm so jacked to be up here. I don't care how hard it's raining. That is freaking cool.
What'd you see so far this morning?
Nanny and kid. 4 more goats in a nursery group. 2 deer. 2 billies, about probably 5 and a 7-year-old, so both possible shooters.
He came close. This unit, I have potential for a world record go. And settling on that on the first day with visibility, not a good idea. You said you wanted an encounter today. You got it. Yes, you are right.
Let's all pray for the rain holds off.
The next 36 hours were spent in camp, with more than 6 inches of rain falling, and wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour trying to blow our tent off the mountain. Despite the hardships that come with severe weather, you couldn't wipe the smile off my face. This was exactly where I wanted to be, experiencing everything God was ready to throw my way. When the going gets tough, we lean on friends and family to pull us through and inspire us to push onward.
What did we just see on our trail camera? A big bull. A shooter.
Nice work, Shane.
Ridiculously hard to stay still.
There's nothing hard about that.
He's so hard.
There he is. On that snowfield back there, here's a herd of 59 mountain goats.
Maybe more. Since I was an 8-year-old boy, watching a wolverine chasing mountain goat kids through the snow with my dad, I had always visualized myself with a goat tag of my own. My father's stories that fed my mountain hunting passion led to these adventures I am living right now. I can only hope that my stories feed a similar passion in my kids.
I feel like we kind of been beat up. It just poured yesterday and blew all night long. Everything we have is soaked. I'm the only one that's ventured out of the tent so far. And Cole and Clint are just trying to sleep away the fog, but I'm not good at this sitting and waiting thing, so.
Ridiculously hard to stay still.
There's nothing hard about that.
Remember when I told you guys that Shane and Ryan are kind of crazy and somehow I get into following them? Well, it's one of those days again. I'm now following Shane wherever he just went. Yep, there he is, crazy. I think he missed his calling to become a storm chaser.
Fog lifted. We're very happy about that. So now we're working our way down to where we passed that billy a couple days ago, hoping that this foggy weather has kept the billies out and visible. And we found a really good bench just over this knob. It's probably the best glassing point on this hillside. We're gonna sit for a while and see if we can pick something up. So we're looking at a goat way down at the bottom of this basin, trying to get eyes on it with a spotter, see if it's one worth dropping 1,000 feet to get close to. Wouldn't be the first time you've done it. Not even close. See if we can make a play on that billy. He looks to be a real good billy. Like 7 years old, hopefully. What'd you think? Those bases were super close. That's what you want to see. pretty pumped. So our glassing rock is way up there, highest point you can see, like 500 feet above us. We just worked our way straight down this steep hillside, and our target Billy's behind me right now, and we know he's feeding uphill, which is what we needed because we couldn't shoot him where he was, too close to the cliffs.
I've been praying for this moment my entire life. And now the execution is entirely up to me.
Drilled him. There he goes. He's going down. He's there, and there, he's gonna go. Got him again. He's done.
Billy down, baby.
After last year's mountain goat rifle hunt, I wasn't sure if I'd ever get the chance to fulfill mine and my father's dream of a Booner Billy with a bow. But we finally did it, Dad. All the stories I'd heard growing up that ignited my mountain hunting passion are now coming to fruition. The taste of success and failure, the all-night pack-outs, the cold, the wet, the miserable, the way time seems to stand still when the Billy of my dreams is finally in my sights.
That couldn't have worked out any better. Are you kidding me?
Jules went like this?
She'll like it when I'm home. She knows I'm still alive.
Kids, I shot it with my bow at 32 yards.
Whoa, like this big?
Here we are in the Alaska rainforest. We just left the alpine and the muskegs. Now we have to bushwhack down through this forest, through a clear cut, down a creek, old overgrown logging road, back to the track.
He was this old when you shot him?
We thought he was, we estimated 7.5. So let's see what you think.
My bucket list goal had been achieved, and the experience was everything I had dreamed. Better yet, I had the stories to share with my family, so the hunt would live on with them as well.
Did you guys get that?
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Check out the next episode here. If you want to see a bonus episode featuring Outfitters for Hope and how to win this e-bike, check it out here. To get entered for all of our giveaways coming up, click the link here. All right, good luck this fall.